Hi, this is Kendra over at Pencil and Pigment, and today I want to talk about some products I hate. Hate is a strong word. I think you can make anything work, and like I've said before, you don't have to have the best of the best art supplies. But there are some things I will never purchase again, and I'm going to tell you why. And then I'll offer alternatives that I've been very successful with. So as you can see, my stack is pretty small because when something really doesn't work for me and I can't get it to work, I just get rid of it. I either pass it on or throw it away, which is wasteful, but you want to encourage creators to create. You don't want to set them up for failure or disappoint them or make other artists feel like, oh wow, this worked for her, why doesn't this work for me? No, sometimes it is the art supply. It genuinely is. So these are the art supplies that I don't recommend to anyone ever. And the first one is the basic Sharpie. It's very tempting to purchase these and you're going to be like, why would you even buy Sharpies? Mostly for shipping, and sometimes I doodle on shipping envelopes when people order something. So that's the temptation right there, is these write on a sleek surface and they don't smudge, and we have high humidity and tons of rain where we live. And so on shipping envelopes and things, this is the easiest, most widely available budget option, but it is not a good one. I will purchase these and they will be dried out. I will purchase these and the nibs will be strange, or they'll be like half the amount of ink inside that they're supposed to be. I've had nothing but problems with Sharpies. They don't last long for me. They're terrible, inconsistent quality when I get them, and sometimes there's just no ink in them whatsoever. So I'm done. I'm done with Sharpie. And you're gonna be like, wait, I see more. Yeah, you're gonna see more. So gold and silver Sharpie, forget it. Forget it. There's no point. It sounds tempting, it looks cool. I will link to some videos people have done testing and trying out metallic pens and permanent marker inks that are metallic. These are not it. These are always the worst ones. Don't buy these. Just wait. Go on Amazon, go on Jet Pens, buy online if you have to. Like where I live, I don't have a lot of shopping options because I live in a smaller city. So the only thing that I could purchase in a store would be Sharpie, and I'm just not. I'll just have to Amazon that or go elsewhere online. Blick.com also has some pen options that are better. So for metallics, no. For permanent ink, no. Then there's these from Sharpie, and yeah, I tried these too. These are paint pens that are oil-based. So, and I have a few of these. These would be for drawing on really sleek surfaces. If you draw on seashells or rocks, glass, that's what these pens would be for, and they're opaque on those. These are also horrible. I don't know what it is. Like, I will open one up and show you. You see that? You see how the whole nib moves when you go to touch it and write down? The pens shouldn't do that. You can't write if it's constantly moving. So these are cheap. That's a cheap component. Ooh, that's strong. Nothing from Sharpie. I would never recommend anything from Sharpie. If you have things from Sharpie, use them up. When you're done with them, replace them with better quality supplies. You'll always be happy you did. Okay, these pens, and I don't think these are touted as artist pens. I think these are marketed for children, and these are by Uli. And Uli does a lot of like kid product, student grade products, and these are their metallics. And these were actually, I found these at Dick Blick in the store on sale, and I was like, oh, those look kind of fun. No. They come pouring out. So you'll either get no ink or it literally pours out in a puddle. These are very cheap. These are real kid quality, I'm gonna guess. But I mean, these would discourage a child. You go to draw something and all of a sudden you have a puddle. No, I wouldn't recommend these either from Uli. These are not good. Don't buy those. And then the last one is just because of the component. So Artline Blocks. This is their drawing pen. They also make a brush pen for calligraphy. And I got this one at Jet Pens. So this is a legitimate pen. The problem is you're holding a Lego and you can hold it really far down and hope that this sits on your hand. But I'm holding it so far down that I get hand cramps. So I can't relax and hold this pen. I have to hold it a very specific way. And if I'm drawing for a couple hours, this isn't it. It's just not. And I can't figure out how to take the inside portion out and put it into a Bic, because the inside portion is high quality and this shade of Prussian green is gorgeous. And I don't know, try to pull up one of my orders where I ordered a bunch of pens. This one's actually called Dark Green, but it definitely has a blue mixture in there. And I would say that's more Prussian green. So I keep this pen because I love the shade and I'll use it for teeny tiny things so I don't have to hold it for very long. But I hate, and you're like, why did they design a Lego? It's because they can stick to each other and form like an octagon, a dodecahedron, I don't know, depending on how many pens you have. And they all stick, and so you don't lose one. They just form this hard mass, and then you don't even need a pen bag, I suppose. But holding it's horrible. So, no. What I recommend instead, and a lot of you are familiar with these pens if you do things on strange surfaces, and these are the Posca pens. And these are an oil-based pen. So these work for painting on paper, painting on canvas, seashells, rocks. These are such a nice quality pen. You get the consistent ink coming out. The nibs are fine. I've never had one that's dried up. They come in a variety of tips. As you see, this is the tiniest one. And I do smaller work versus bigger work. So this is the 0.7 pin type. And they come in huge brush. They have chisel nibs. They have tons of different variety of nibs now. And you can buy these individually or in sets at Blick or on Jet Pens. And these take the place of Sharpie. So any Sharpie. For packaging, for shipping, these are the way to go. Just save up. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're not insanely priced. These are fantastic. To replace metallics, I would say the Uniball Signo, and these are the ones actually from Japan, so there's Japanese on them. And I got these in 3 packs from Amazon, and I would recommend getting them in 3 packs, especially for your projects, because you really go through the ink. And you can see yourself going through the ink because it's a clear component base. So these are a fantastic pen. It's a great quality. A lot of people are familiar with the Uniball Signo with the white ink. I don't like the white ink because I've had the white ink yellow over years. And so I instead use the Jelly Roll pen. And the Jelly Roll pen comes in 5 now, and it comes in 8. Boy, you really can't see the 8. And it comes in 10. And I use all 3. I use them for almost every project. So that's my favorite white ink. I know a lot of people don't care for this one, but it's super budget, and you can buy packs of these and individuals of these on Amazon and Blick. And then I don't have one in my hand. Oh, let's see. I have this one too, a Deco Color Liquid Gold. This is another one that's a really good gold option. instead of Sharpie or an Uli. So there's a pen called a Plum Chester, and if you're familiar with what Artsnack is, it's a mail to your house art supply service to try new things. And they came out with their own fine liner pen called a Plum Chester. I've received 2 of them. They come in black. It's a fine liner pen. One quit working after a month, the other one quit working after 3 days. So I either got 2 that were flukes or bad batches or something else, but they're too inconsistent. So Micron. Micron has the most durable nibs that don't dry out. They hold the most ink for me. They come in a variety of colors and shade ranges. They even have some with plastic nibs. I'm a traditionalist and I keep to the metal ones because that's what I've used since the 90s. I really love this pen. I wish we could get the blue. These are made in Japan, and so Japan, when you buy these in Japan, they're blue, but we get this sort of beige color. And those would be my recommendations. There's also another pen that I purchased at one point that did me wrong, and that was the Derwent Graphic Painter pen. And it's literally ink, like loose pigment paint in a pen. And I purchased that in, it was the number 10 Billy in turquoise. And I can link all this stuff, but I think I just got a bad pen because it also came pouring out and I just threw it away. So these are the supplies I hate. These are the ones I would recommend. And this guy's always my odd one out. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.